Hello, beautiful friends. I'm here in person to invite you for these two gatherings that I'm putting together in Boulder to bring our community together, because so many of us want to help this chaos that's happening in the world right now. So many of us want to make a difference, and many people don't know how. And I'm going to show you the how. How we're going to change this world that goes from chaos to more order, from hatred to love, from fear to thriving and flourishing. It's an inner work. I'm not saying we don't have things to do on the streets, we don't have petitions to sign, we don't have phone calls to make to our governments. We do all that. But we have to become very curious and informed about the energy that is driving all our actions. I'm putting this event together as one of the main themes is how do we thrive and even flourish in a world that is falling apart, in the world that is causing a lot of fears, amplifying the fear that already has resided inside us for so long, our whole life as this individual, as Alex, but also in our culture for thousands of years. We have mastered creating a world based on fear. This world is ending, and it has to end, because if we keep creating from fear, we're gonna go through another extinction. I'm interested in seeing what will happen if more of us start to live in a different channel, in the frequency of love, of creation, versus the frequency of fear, of separation, of polarization. If you have followed me for a while, you follow other teachers or guides, or you finding my video for the first time, I always talk about the laws of creation, the laws of manifestations. This world that we see is our creation. We're creating consciously, and mostly, unfortunately, we're also creating unconsciously. If we live most in a state of worry, anxiety, depression, which is a really states of separation within us, we're going to keep creating a world of separation, of struggle, of survival, of stress. Very easy. Just look at your personal life right now. What is a theme that keeps repeating in your life? I have one that keeps repeating in my life, and I know I need to change my frequency on that channel, on that area. I need to change my frequency, period. Because when you change your frequency from fear to love, you're gonna see the effects, because we are cause. We're gonna see the effects of that all over our lives. But it's massive for a while. It's not just change your frequency and everything is gonna fall into place. You know why? Because when we start changing our channels from fear to love, meaning we start going from our heads, our stories, our past, to the present, to the now, to the eternal moment, the temple of our sacred hearts. When we start living in our hearts, whatever is not in alignment with love, with your highest potential, is going to emerge, is going to rise. And when you have guidance, this is where working with a coach like myself or somebody that you trust can really be helpful, having a spiritual teacher, a spiritual guide. Those emotions, whatever stories, emotions, narratives that have lived with you based on fear, they're going to rise. They're going to be purified, because the heart, open our hearts, will purify our minds, will purify our bodies. And that process can be messy. But that's what ultimately leads us to growth and transformation. That help us to live in a state of love. So the art is to live in a state of love while you releasing fear, while you releasing grief, while you releasing sadness. And this is no longer about focusing so much on trauma work, right? We have focused so much on trauma, finding what's wrong with us, finding what happened in our childhood. And this work is important. And believe me, as you start opening your heart, again, whatever doesn't serve you is going to rise. So I want to show you a simple way to connect with your hearts, because right now we need to bring our light to our highest. And how do we ignite this inner light within us? By connecting with the Sacred Heart. From allowing the heart to guide us. We are looking so much for certainty. We want to know what's going to happen. The truth is, whatever you judge what's happening as good or bad, terrible or great, we have no idea where we are going. So the only place we can find certainty and steadiness, stability right now is right here in our heart center, by remembering who we are and knowing who we truly are, that we are powerful creators. Imagine, please dare for a second with me, what would it be like if more of us wake up and start really tuning in, tap into this frequency of love, the frequency of the heart, and start living every single day from that place of our hearts, which is a place of creation, which is a place of love. What kind of world do we have the potential to create? Now, I know a lot of you might be challenged right now, and you might be saying, oh, Alex, that's a beautiful thought, but everything is so screwed up, it's so chaotic. Well, that thought doesn't serve us. We cannot wait for something external to change for us to start changing internally. I feel like at this moment, it's our responsibility to really use this time, which is an incredible time to be alive, to learn the power of creating from love. A state of creation is the opposite of a state of survival. If you watch my videos, I talk so much how important it is to move from survival to creation. Now, a lot of people say to me, Alex, how can I not be in survival? I don't know if I'm going to have money next month. I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow. My answer is always the same. I understand that. I've been there, and I'm still navigating that myself. The key is right now, at this moment, if you really slow yourself down, are you okay at this moment? Are you safe at this moment? Because whatever we wanted to happen tomorrow or next month or next year depends on what is happening right now. In the now is where we have the power to create. So when you drop in and just in the now, and you might say, well, the now is very uncomfortable, there's anxiety or there's depression or there's worry, there is disease, there is like, I don't know if I'm gonna have, whatever the concerns are. It doesn't matter. Drop the stories for now. And in this moment, do you feel safe? So this is a kind of practice we're going to do together in these two gatherings, April 28th and May 7th. Come to both if you can, or I pick two different dates so I can accommodate different people, different schedules. I'm going to be talking about how to thrive in this world, how to start dissolving polarization, and how do we tap into the intelligence of the heart that cannot be achieved from our egoic mind, from our intellect or our mental body. We cannot learn this practice by reading books. It's only through experience. So in these two gatherings, we're going to be in a space where love is shared, which is very conducive for transformation and growth. We need to have the experience. I cannot teach you in a video how to connect with this inner light, because we need to experience, and there's tremendous power when we gather. So the more people, the better. Of course, space is limited, so make sure to register right now by looking at the information below this video. If you're having financial struggles, just pay what you can. I don't want money to be a limitation for anyone. We need to come together as community. People are longing for community. People are longing for more spiritual-based minds, for open hearts. And right now, to navigate the chaos in the world that is not going to end tomorrow, we got a way to go. But to navigate this chaos, we need to have fierce compassion, fierce courage. And we need to start doing the practices of opening our hearts. And that requires a decision first, that you want to live from your heart, that you no longer want to live in polarization and separation, that you're willing to accept the truth that we are one and that we are creators. So you need decision. You need the desire the curiosity, right? The desire to learn, to live in a world that is driven by love and not fear. Then you need the discipline to do the practices. I'm going to be teaching you the practices to do every single day. That is going to help you to open your heart and start creating change in your own life. And from that, we're going to change this world. And have devotion. Devotion is the quality of the heart. Discipline is like you show up to do the practice, but devotion, you start feeling that you start falling in love with your practice. You start falling in love, being in the state of your heart. That's where the devotion comes in. And I'm going to talk about all this stuff in these gatherings. They're going to be 90 minutes each. If you can't attend in person, you can still register, and I will send you the recording. These classes will be recorded. But I just wanted to know if you can be there in person, come in person, because there's power in us being together, sitting in a circle, and tuning in, forming a coherent energy from our hearts together. Will make a difference in the circle, will make a difference in our entire city. And the more of us doing this work, because it's a math thing, the more of us rising and living from a deep state of love, the better, because we have great chance to make great changes in this world, because we are creators. I hope to see you there. Check the info below this video. And if you have any question, just email me or even text me, 303-818-7955. Text me with any question about this event or any aspect of my work. For now, much love. Make sure to share this video with everyone. Mwah.